Yo, let's get it. We're gonna have a quick chat. Today I'm gonna tell you guys about what really made me start taking my diet seriously. I say a couple years ago, I was in college, and during that time, I'll say I was really eating everything. I still, it was still certain things I wasn't eating. Like I for sure wasn't eating pork, but like fast food, like Little Debbie snacks, like I would go to McDonald's and get, bruh, yeah, yeah. Don't beat me up for this. I would go to McDonald's. I would literally get a quarter pounder. I get a large fry. I get that. Y'all know that thing? What it's called? A cookie tote. I would get that cookie tote, and I would get a 10-piece nugget. And I would be in my dorm smashing all that immediately. Like I was going crazy. Then I started having problems with my stomach. I'm like, dang, like I really my stomach shouldn't really be feeling like this every single day, bro. So I started saying like something got to change. Like I knew it was my diet. I knew it was because of all the junk and all the fast food I was eating, all the bullshit I was eating. So that's when I started really going to get my own food, starting to cook for myself, starting to go crazy with fruits. That was when I really started taking things seriously. It was more so for my health. Like it was literally coming to the point where every single day my stomach was, I wouldn't say I was just in pain, but it's like sometimes you may be constipated. Sometimes I'm like, dang, it feel like, is it like pressure or gas just stuck in my stomach? I'm like, bruh, yeah, you're not supposed to feel that way, bro. You're not supposed to feel that way after eating food. Stomach was my stomach was the one thing that really made me change everything up. Like my body was basically telling me that, bro, you can't keep doing this shit. That's what I always like to tell everybody. Like for me, it was early. Like you're gonna have that point in time where your body tells you, bro, you can't keep doing this shit. You gotta change things up. And one thing I gotta add on, I already knew partially my whole life that I had acid reflux. But to be honest, I was still eating whatever I want. One of my favorite drinks, Coke, is literally one of the worst drinks out here that you can put in your body. It's, it's basically like you putting house cleaner inside your body, tearing up the lining of my stomach, bro. And I could have football practice today. I have probably 2 to 3 Cokes during the day. I was still drinking water too. Like if I drank 3 Cokes, I would probably have a gallon of water like that day along with it, just so I would balance everything. I would still be hydrated. But dog, the real ones who really know me, bro, Coke was my favorite drink. Like you would never catch me without a Coke in my hand. Every meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner too. Come on now. But as I was doing more research into all this stuff I was eating, into McDonald's, into Wendy's, all the fast food places in general, I'm like, dang, I'm literally putting poison inside my body. Like that's why I'm feeling so bad. That's why I keep my stomach keeps feeling weird, this unease. I keep putting this bullshit in my body. And it's like I kept running from that feeling of what my body was telling me. Like, I kept thinking, like, it's all good. I can get away with it. But it comes to the point like you understand you're not supposed to eat something and yeah, you just feel effed up after. I hope some of my college bros see this video, bro, because they used to really cook me. I remember for our in our school cafeteria, they had all these desserts that you could get um after you got your little college tray. Um, bro, they never had a sign that was like, "Oh yeah, take one, take two." So I'm like, okay, okay. Every single day, I'm leaving that school college cafeteria with about 5 different desserts, a variety of desserts, bro. And my favorite things to get to, I like the lemon cakes, lemon pound cake. That was my favorite thing. Apple pies. I love the apple pies. I had to give me at least one of those. Brownies, since I know I'm gonna eat one and know I'm gonna want another one, I would get like 2 to 3 brownies. And then sometimes they would have cookies. They would have little cookies. Their cookies was kind of nasty, to be honest. But it was one little cookie. I think the like the chocolate chip cookies. If they had those, I get the chocolate chip cookies too, and I would just have them stacked up on my desk in my dorm room, bro. Along with having 2 boxes of food, along with making my own food into the dorm, knowing I'm still gonna go to a fast food restaurant too, bro. I was eating so much. I actually got to my goal, like my goal weight that I was trying to get to all throughout high school. It was easy for me to get to that weight in college. Like the highest I got to in high school, I probably got to 185. 185 was the highest I got to. Once I got to college, I got to 200 within the first 2 months. When I saw that weight on the scale, I'm not gonna lie, I was excited. Like I was still I was a little monster. I was geeked up though. I was geeked up. But I realized overall, it ain't no point in me trying to be that big or be the biggest guy if it's fucking up my stomach. Everybody's body is different. And for me, I started learning it's certain things my body is just telling me, Nick, Nick, you can't keep doing this. Nick, listen to me. It was a lot of new knowledge I was being introduced with that I had never known before. Like I never knew that the food we eat, that everything we're putting into our body is directly correlated to our health. So once I figured that out, it was like I'm it was like I'm stupid to not change my ways. Especially if I really want to be an elite athlete and really be at the top. There's a reason you see guys like LeBron put almost $1 million just into their body, just into different chefs, different supplements, different different personal trainers. There's a reason the elite guys at the highest level do these things. And that was one of my biggest things. I can't be elite if I'm doing this average ass shit. Then I started learning even further. Your body is the temple. I'm like, my body is the temple. Almost all the religious texts say this. Like, So I started treating my body like it's the temple. I learned about fasting. I learned about non-GMO foods. I learned about only eating seeded fruits. And there's a difference between genetically modified fruits and seeded fruits. There's a difference between all these things. Your body responds differently to all these things. Once I got hit with all this different new knowledge, it helped me really start elevating higher and higher and higher. And that's when I really started seeing the fruits of my labor. That's when the that's when the superhero body came. That's when one of the things I always wanted, the 8-pack, that's when all that came. After I started treating my body right, after I started pouring good things into my body. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all and say I do everything right every minute of the day, like 24/7. I'm Mr. Perfect. I mess up too. I love dessert and I'm not giving it up either. But I live by this one rule. And it may be hard for you to do right now, but this is one rule I like to do. This is what I worked up to. 80 to 90% of the time, I'm gonna do something good for my body. I'm gonna do something right. But as it's written in the Bible, we all fall short at the end of the day. So I know I'm gonna fall short. Because if I'm at least trying to be good, this 80 to 90%, I know I can do this. But that 10%, I know sometimes I'm gonna mess up. I can't be Mr. Perfect. But for beginners that's just starting off, start off with something that you know you can achieve. Even if it's the 30% or 20%. Most of you should at least be able to do 50% good to your body and 50% where you're it's bad, it's still bad, but where you're messing up. That's a starting point. That's a starting point. Work your way up. Yeah. I wasn't doing everything just 100% down to the T my whole life. I didn't have these crazy results my whole life. I had a problem, and me trying to change that problem, me trying to figure out that problem led to me getting results. That's the crazy part. It's crazy how life works, how God works. Yeah, man, I'm gonna wrap it up right there with that. Uh, Subscribe to my channel too, y'all. If you want more fire content, you want more gym motivational. I be outside sometimes, like I do all this stuff. I might start doing these chats with y'all more.